there, welcome to the channel. I'm Cindy Daychuck with Queen Bee Creations, and we are going to be making a fish, little fish decor. Now, I'm going to be putting my fish on a little stand. I just happen to have this, but you could take any kind of dowel, stick it into like a little slice of wood or any kind of base that you have, and it would work fine. What I did do is I took an old piece of board, I drew out a fish, and then I cut it out. I have a little table saw, kind of table jigsaw. You could use a jigsaw, you could use a little handheld saw, whatever works for you. Now, if you don't have tools, right? Because I get people that say, well, that's all good, but I don't have saws, I don't have any of that stuff. Then take heavy duty corrugated cardboard, cut out two of the same shape so that you could sandwich it around your dowel, right? So you're gonna have that all sandwiched and taped so that you have that shape, and that'd be okay. So I like to give you workarounds. And then once you have that, then you're ready to go with the rest of the project. We're gonna need some cording and some hot glue. And you know, if I had tons of jute, I would do this in jute. I'm gonna do it in this cord. It doesn't matter, whatever you have, right? It just changes the look somewhat, and that's not always a bad thing. To start the project, I have just begun here putting the cording onto the tail. We're going to be working from the back end to the front, and you'll see as we go why it becomes important. But as we begin starting to wrap the actual fish in the cord, we want to have the tail in place because all of those little ends that are toward the body are going to get covered. So we want to do this first. Now I'm just taking hot glue and some strips of cord that I've cut off, and I'm laying it out. You can kind of cut the cord ends at the end of the tail later to be able to create whatever shape you want. But I'm just kind of wrapping them. And because ultimately the body of the fish will be completely wrapped, I'm going to cover the entirety of the tail in these little strips. And there's nothing more magical to it than that. Don't worry about the shape of the tail yet, because we get to still shape it once we're done. But we want to do a couple of little things. Now, I'm attached to my scissors. I separated out some cording here because I'm going to want to make some little loops. So I'm going to kind of pre-cut some of this, and I want them all roughly the same size. So I'm going to get a couple cut, and then I'll show you what we're doing, and then you'll know to take it from there. All right, so these are my loops. That off to the side, because once I start with all the cording on here, I'm just going to keep going. So I'm going to start this where my tail left off, and I'm going to start wrapping it. Now I'm going to want to start it so that it sort of overlaps and hides all those fuzzy ends. So I'm going to start it here, holding it down so I'm not burning myself for a change. And then I want to glue that so that all those ends get kind of tucked in. And I'm going to wait till this side is all firmed up, because now I'm going to want to do the same on this end. It gets easier once we've got this started. We just want to take the time at the beginning to kind of get all that tucked in nicely. Because that's the beginning of our wrap. So in essence, as you're starting to get the idea, our fish is going to be completely covered. Our fish is going to be completely covered in our jute or our string or cording or whatever. So now I can take this and start wrapping. And I'm going to want to tack it just every so often, just to keep it in place, minimize the gaps. And I'm going to want to start with a couple of little turns first. Just so we have the start. I have the hole pre-drilled, so I'm going to be able to remember where that goes, but it's easier at this point to have that all separated off. Okay. Now, I'm going to anchor this so I don't have to worry about it unraveling. And what I want to do with my little loops, let me hold that a little longer, is these are going to be the scales. So I want to glue them down flat across the body like this. So once that's holding in place, I'm going to take my little loops and I'm going to push them down into my glue. So I just want to have enough kind of pre-cut to be able to go all the way across. So here it's fairly narrow still, and then we'll get a little bit bigger and wider as we get more up toward the body. But we've got all of our little scales happening across. And so then now I can take that cord across all of those scales, and so I'd still have a nice flat edge. And what we want to start to pay attention to, so you can now decide if you're going to do the scales on front and back or just on one side. You know what I mean? So are we putting the scales on this side too, or we're just doing them on one side so that it's a unidirectional fish? So I'm going to do it for the purposes of the demo here. I'm going to do it on one side. And what we want to do now is recognize how many wraps are we doing before we do the next layer of scales. So we've got one, and now we've done 2 rows. So I'm thinking that probably I want to come out to about here, so that when I do my next row of scales, they're going to kind of overlap like this. So I'm going to want to have a number of rows first. And I just usually alternate which side I'm gluing down. Okay, so I'm thinking this next row, I'm going to do my scales. So I want to anchor this down. And I'm at 5 rows. And I'm just going to do exactly the same thing as I did with these scales, and do another row of them, then 5 more, then another row, 5 more, another row. But I'm going to stop when I get up here. So when I get up to about here, just to remind me, I want the rest of this just all flat where his face is. So I don't want to have all of the body scales there. I just want that flat. So now I'm just going to do some more scales, get those cut and anchored down, and see how many it goes from there. Now when you start getting toward the end, like this slanty part, you know, when it starts to narrow down, I start gluing every row, so front and back, only because otherwise it all starts to slip off the nose, slip off the front end there. So we're just going to a little bit of glue on, kind of hold it in place, and just kind of going back and forth. You can see that I glued the stand back in when I got to that section, just so that I could make sure that I did the rope around the hole and I didn't plug it up or cover it up. I needed a little bit more scales on him, so I had to kind of roughly cut off my end off of the spool, hopefully leaving enough to be able to finish. I roughly measured, but you know how these things go sometimes. And we're just going to keep going in our little spiral here to finish them off. I'm just going to cut it off close, and then tuck those ends down into that last little bit of glue. Hold it in place, and we're good. So the last thing, as I'm just holding that to have it dry, so the last thing is for us to decide on an eye, and I pulled some little brown buttons because I thought that they'd be a good contrast. Okay, that's too big an eye. I like this little wooden one. That seems like the right size. So I'm just going to glue that in place, and I'm going to do a little trimming of the tail, and then this little fish is done. All right, and there's our finished little fish. Now, you can see now how the cardboard, if you're doing it with cardboard that you'd want corrugated, you want it to be pretty thick to kind of withstand all of the twisting and turning here, but it would work just fine. You are adding a fair bit of weight. So if you are drilling a hole into the body, you just kind of know that you don't want it too far forward because there's a fair bit of weight that's going on to the tail. You can do this. You're going to get completely different looks depending upon what you do this with. You could do it with yarn. You could do it with jute in kind of the natural tones. And I think it'd be super cute to have some of this natural colored twine and then the darker jute twine, and you have different fish and different schools of fish. However you shape it as well, because you could have a long, narrow fish, you could have big, fat fish. Again, it just make a super cute little tabletop display with some different fish of different lengths. And certainly you could do this with different height of dowels in a big piece of driftwood so that you have the school of fish all on the one piece of driftwood. Would also be super cute. So many different options and different ideas, all starting from just one quick little basic idea. Let me know what you think of this one. This comes courtesy of my sister Carrie. She sent me a picture of some that she had done up at her cottage. I thought they were super cute. Wanted to share them with you. So if you like it, thank Carrie. Don't know where she got the idea, but this was one of hers. Looking forward to seeing you on the next one. And until then, take care.